Welcome to Community Convos, a podcast and radio program from LCC Connect with conversations about what's happening in Lansing and around mid-Michigan. And welcome to the Convo once again. This is Dedalia, and with me in the studio today is a voice that you can also hear on LCC Connect, Melissa Kaplan. She does a show called Galaxy Forum. Welcome to Community Convos.
Thank you. Thanks, Dedalia. It's so good to be here.
You, of course, are not here actually to talk about Galaxy Forum, but you are here to talk about something else that's pretty darn cool. You are a member of the LCC at the Movie team. Am I getting that right?
LCC Historians at the Movies.
Historians at the Movies.
Yes, it's part of the history program has several what they call learning outside the classroom programs that they offer to expand on, just as it sounds, what students learn in the classroom. So there's these additional programs that are open not only to students, though, to also faculty and others.
Awesome. And of course, we were talking off mic about the team versus committee.
Yes.
Yeah. What's your theory on that?
Well, I feel like there's sometimes a burden and a formality to committee.
Yes.
Let's form a committee and figure this out, and then 2 years later, not always. I'm a member of a number of committees that are functional and productive.
I'm on enough committees that I'm willing to agree with you a little bit. But I do like team.
Yeah, team is kind of brings everybody together in a similar way to committee, but I feel like everybody starts out with a shared goal that is, and I suppose you could say that for a committee too. You know what? I'm going to have to
reevaluate.
Maybe some writing about this, just some thinking about this and researching. I've been thinking a lot about collaboration and how collaboration can be, how to make it as functional as possible. And I think team and committee plays into that. So I think it's a good area to delve into some more.
I like it. I want to hear about it.
Okay.
So what exactly did this team put together that we are about ready to talk about?
So LCC Historians at the Movies presents a number of films throughout the year via WebEx. Mm-hmm. And these are films, being historians, they're films that aren't like in the past couple years.
Right.
And so they go back, and they're films that bring out different issues, that cover a lot of different genres, and it's set up so that there's a historian and then an interdisciplinary co-host.
Okay.
And you watch it on WebEx, and you're active in the chat, and it's a lot of good discussion. This month, we are doing something a little different in that we're doing something in person for the first time.
And a little more recent, too.
And absolutely. It's a recently produced documentary that we're going to be showing, but it shares history that goes back some 50 years. It's a film produced by the Historical Society of Greater Lansing, and we're in collaboration with the Historical Society to do this event on February 27th, and we'll be showing their documentary that they produced that's called Pave the Way They Even Took the Dirt.
Okay.
And it is about an hour-long documentary, and in conjunction with that, we'll have a discussion immediately following that will be with film coordinator Greta McHaney-Trice and with film editor Craig Jones, who is also on the staff here at LCC as one of our video producers.
Very good, yes.
Yeah.
And what exactly is this diving into then?
So in the early 60s in Lansing, as in many other cities, a highway was approved to kind of bisect the city, and that's 496.
Right.
And while the goal was to increase efficiency in transportation around town, what it did was it basically dead-ended on either side what was at that time very active neighborhoods, black neighborhoods, and business community.
A lot of business.
Yeah. A lot of business. And you can still see those dead ends. And you can now, in 2024, you drive around there aren't businesses. It's not an active neighborhood. I mean, people are living there, but it's not at all what it once was. And so this documentary, through interviews, just focuses on what happened and the impact of that. And I've not seen it, so I can't speak very specifically to who is in that and what exactly they're saying. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it next week, too.
Okay. And I would have to guess that the current renovations and reconstruction of 496 has probably kind of prompted the research the effort and, of course, the vision of what this is.
And I do know the Historical Society has had a larger effort for some time called Pave the Way. That's kind of the umbrella effort where they are taking a lot of oral histories, and some of those are what are recorded in this documentary, and, you know, really looking at the repercussions today. And I think you're absolutely right. I think having the highway being improved on is, I'm sure, for people bringing back a lot of what happened back in, you know, when it first started.
I mentioned your podcast earlier, but David Seawick, he's also got a podcast here on LCC Connect. Is he involved in this?
He is. He is going to be the moderator for that conversation.
Okay.
He has a podcast called Land Stories on LCC Connect, and he's a history professor. He teaches Michigan history here at LCC. So one of the cool things that when the Historical Society reached out about doing a film showing, and they do show films, the goal was, let's connect this so that students can see it. And so our Historians at the Movies Committee, because we are focused on that learning outside the classroom for students, I've connected with many history faculty, humanities, sociology, anthropology. Some are actually, their classes are coinciding with the viewing time, which is Tuesday, February 27th at 2:10 in Dart Auditorium. So they're bringing their students. Others are making it extra credit. They're focusing assignments that support their coursework for whatever they're teaching, but this coming week with that. And so it's very relevant to many classes and what students are learning, and it gives you invaluable insight. And so David is one of those professors. He teaches weekly, and I know he's having his students attend that too.
I now understand why the 2:10, because typically classes here at LCC, they start off at 10 minutes after the hour or whatever else.
I know, because that's an unusual time for a movie, isn't it? But yeah, 2:10 will be the start time, and there'll be some welcomes. Really pleased Dr. Robinson is going to be sharing some words at the beginning, and then we'll show the film. It's just a little over an hour.
Okay,
and
that
then
was
there'll
my next
be
question.
a moderated discussion that David will lead with Greta and Craig, and an opportunity for audience members to ask questions. So, and it goes till 4 because that's the class time, 2:10 till 4. But I'm sure if folks are conversing, they'll be able to continue.
Okay, we know that the LCC community is invited to this. What about people outside of LCC?
Absolutely.
So it's open to the public.
Open to the public. No advance registration is required.
Absolutely free to attend.
Free to attend. We can't allow popcorn in the theater, sorry.
Oh, but it looks beautiful now.
It does. We had our first big event this past weekend.
Yes.
And it was really exciting to see audiences fill Dart because we've got new seats, a lot of really attractive cosmetic change, and then a lot of stuff that people aren't going to see, but that technically have improved the quality of what we're able to produce there.
Very cool. A beautiful theater. You can't go wrong with that. And then add into that, of course, a very interesting look at Lansing's history and kind of some of the things that have happened over the years to build 496. That is happening February 27th, 2:10 p.m., Dart Auditorium. The parking and Gannon ramp, it's real easy to park in Gannon now. So if you are outside the LCC community, there's public parking in there. There's no fee for that anymore.
Right.
So a lot of reasons to come see this. And it's called Pave the Way. They even took the dirt. Before we go, I do want to mention, because we were talking about David Seawick and his podcast, November of 2022, he actually had a couple of podcasts dedicated to the early stages of this, I believe it, or at least connected to it, something called the I-496 Project, where he talks with Patrick Sambira. I probably said that wrong, so sorry, Patrick. But he was the transcriber for the project, a lot of the interviews that they did. And, of course, he also talks with Bill Castanere, president of the Historical Society of Greater Lansing. And it's episode 12 and 13 of Land Stories, if you want to check that out and get a little bit of a, I suppose it'd be kind of a preview.
Absolutely. And I was thinking I'd put those in my notes.
Certainly.
The link to that in my show notes for
That'll
this
save
program.
me the time from having to do that.
All right.
So,
my pleasure.
Again, Melissa Kaplan, member of the LCC at the Historical Movie Team.
LCC historians at the movies.
I'm just going to let you say that every time. Is that
We are
cool?
great, and we are a lot of fun, and we really encourage folks to come out and see this movie. While I haven't seen it, I've heard that it is so well done, and it's thoughtful, and it's our history here in Lansing.
That's awesome. Thank you for coming in and telling us a little bit about it.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Community Combos, a program from LCC Connect with conversations about what's happening in our community. To listen to this episode on demand, visit us at lccconnect.org or find us on your favorite podcast platform. If you or someone you know would like to be a guest on Community Combos, email us lcc-connect@lcc.edu. And thanks for joining The Convo.